The Relief of Lucknow, by Alfred H. Miles. October 25, 1857. Oh, that last day in Lucknow fort. We knew that it was the last, that the enemy's mines had crept surely in, and the end was coming fast. To yield to that foe meant worse than death, and the men and we all worked on. It was one day more of smoke and roar, and then it would all be done. There was one of us, a corporal's wife, a fair young gentle thing, wasted with fever in the siege, and her mind was wandering. She lay on the ground in her Scottish plaid, and I took her head on my knee. When my father comes hame frae the plug, she said, "Oh, please then waken me." She slept like a child on her father's floor in the flecking of woodbine shade, when the house-dog sprawls by the open door, and the mother's wheel is stayed. It was smoke and roar and powder stench and hopeless waiting for death, but the soldier's wife, like a full-tired child, seemed scarce to draw her breath. I sank to sleep, and I had my dream of an English village lane and wall and garden. A sudden scream brought me back to the roar again. Then Jessie Brown stood listening, and then a broad gladness broke all over her face, and she took my hand and drew me near and spoke. "The Highlanders, oh, dinna ye hear the slogan far awa the McGregors? Ah, I ken it weel, it's the grandest o' them a'. God bless thee bonny Highlanders, we're saved, she cried, and fell on her knees, and thanks to God poured forth like a full flood tide. Along the battery line her cry had fallen among the men, and they started, for they were there to die. Was life so near them then? They listened for life, and the rattling fire far off and the far-off roar were all, and the colonel shook his head, and they turned to their guns once more. Then Jessie said, "That slogan's doon, but can ye no hear them new, the Campbells are common. It's no a dream, our succors hae broken through." We heard the roar and the rattle afar, but the pipes we could not hear, so the men plied their work of hopeless war, and knew that the end was near. It was not long ere it must be heard, a shrilling, ceaseless sound. It was no noise of the strife afar, or the sappers underground. It was the pipes of the Highlanders, and now they played Auld Lang Syne. It came to our men like the voice of God, and they shouted along the line. And they wept and shook one another's hands, and the women sobbed in a crowd, and every one knelt down where we stood, and we all thanked God aloud. That happy day when we welcomed them, our men put Jessie first, and the general took her hand, and cheers from the men like a volley burst. And the pipers' ribbons and tartans streamed marching round and round our line, and our joyful cheers were broken with tears, for the pipes played Auld Lang Syne.